A few days ago, I received a Toyota car cassette player, model 57201. It comes with a Dolby system. This was a configuration found in cars many years ago. You can hardly find such a thing in modern cars anymore. As a cassette player designed for cars, its stability and anti-vibration performance should be excellent. In addition, this model's radio also supports FM and AM tuning. That's quite rare. I've played with a few car cassette decks before. They mainly come in two styles. One type uses purely mechanical buttons. Fast forward, rewind, and eject are all mechanical operations. The slightly higher-end type uses the electronic controls for ejecting. When I got this unit, I didn't know if it still worked. The first step was to power it up. These devices typically operate on 12 volts. Some models label the wiring connections clearly, but this one didn't show any pin definitions for the rear connectors. Luckily, there was a tail plug at the back. Someone must have wired it before. But now, the connections are unclear. Let's first locate the negative terminal. That's simple. The metal casing is the ground. Using a multimeter in continuity mode to test the contacts, I found one wire. That connects directly to the chassis. That means this is the ground wire. The other terminals might be for positive power, ACC, or lighting. Probably one for illumination too. Based on my experience, this one's the ground, and these three connect to the positive battery terminal. Then two more wires go to the speakers. With that, we can power it on. Press the power button. The screen lights up normally. Radio mode. I connected a random speaker. There's sound. It's currently playing the radio. And it even sounds quite nice. I'll insert a tape later. It works perfectly. Reverse play. Bass adjustment. Didn't expect this. After all these years, it still works fine. Next, let's disassemble it and check its internal structure. Remove the two screws on top. Then lift off the cover. Take a look inside. The mechanism can even be detached separately. Here's the internal deck unit. It uses two motors. The left motor handles ejecting. The right one drives the tape movement. This clutch is controlled by a solenoid. Look at its main bracket. It's very sturdy. Many tape decks we see nowadays have plastic outer housings and only thin copper sleeves inside. Surprisingly, after so many years, this flywheel is still elastic. It just has a layer of dirt on the surface. As for the head, he used this type of wavy-shaped head. No visible wear can be seen with the naked eye, since it's a bidirectional tape deck, and it uses a fixed magnetic head, unlike most bidirectional decks we usually see, which have rotating heads. But this one uses a fixed head. So on the head there are 4 separate tracks, and both sides of the head have guide pins. so the azimuth control is extremely precise. Remove these few screws, and you can see the flywheel section inside. Its flywheel is quite thin. Surprisingly, the belt hasn't aged at all. On the motor, there's a copper pulley. Very nice. The main motor used here is a single-phase motor, so its speed can still be adjusted. The adjustment point is inside this hole. Let's take a look at the circuit board. The largest chip in the middle has some resin coating. It's an ACD75108GF. The Dolby chip is from Sony. Model 60110M. The radio module uses an LA1137N. The amplifier section, of course, is at the back. It's directly connected to this aluminum casing, which serves as its heatsink. Remove these screws, and the aluminum casing can be taken out separately. There's also thermal grease on it. This board is plugged directly inside, and can also be pulled out. This is its power supply and amplifier section. This one here is the amplifier module. And on the right side, there's an empty slot. It seems you can add another chip of the same model here. Another amplifier IC. The model number is in 7176K. It's a Panasonic audio amplifier. Power output, 14 watts. Dual channel, minimum voltage 8 volts. Maximum voltage 18 volts. So if you want to connect for speakers, you can add another identical amplifier chip here. From appearance, these two capacitors seem a bit abnormal. They're about to bulge. 16 volts, 1000 F capacitors. We'll take them off and measure them later. If they're bad, we'll replace them. After removing and testing, the value is slightly low, but still usable. Since they're starting to bulge, let's replace them anyway. Okay, now everything's reassembled. After assembly, let's test its sound performance. On the left side, there's also an expansion port for a 6-disc CD changer. Very nice. The force